What is up, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview and prediction video. For this one, we're looking at some action taking place this week in the UEFA Champions League. For this one, we're off to the Allianz Arena in Munich for a match on the 26th of November, that is this Tuesday, that sees German league leaders Bayern Munich host French League leaders Paris Saint-Germain. We start off our team analysis here with the home side being Bayern Munich. The last 5 fixtures for the Bavarians have ended in 5 wins. Bayern have scored 12 goals and conceded absolutely no goals in those last 5 fixtures. Their last match was a 3-0 win at home against Augsburg this weekend in the German Bundesliga. The first player I'd like to talk about for Bayern has got to be English centre forward Harry Kane. In 17 appearances, Harry Kane has scored 20 goals and provided 9 assists. In Harry Kane, I think that Bayern have a centre forward who shows great athleticism. He's very, very determined. You don't see Harry Kane giving up very easily, but it's his finishing ability that I think sets him apart from the rest right now. Harry Kane is getting goals galore at this point for Bayern Munich. Next up, I want to talk about French right winger Michael Olise. In 16 appearances, Olise has scored 7 goals and provided 4 assists. In Michael Olise, I think Bayern have a winger on that right-hand side of the pitch with a lot of speed, very good ball control, and tons of creativity. Olise is always looking to either provide an assist for somebody else or to score himself. And finally, I want to talk about French centre-back Dayot Upamecano. In 16 appearances, Dayot Upamecano has scored just a single goal for Bayern Munich this season. But in him, I think they have a centre-back who shows a lot of aggression, at times maybe a little too much, but he's a very good tackler and he's very, very physical. Upamecano provides a threat for Bayern when he's in their box defending corners or when he's in the opposition box attacking the ball from set pieces. In terms of injuries for Bayern Munich, I don't think they're missing anybody particularly irreplaceable. So I think that coach Vincent Kompany can still line his team up in their classic 4-2-3-1 formation. Bayern have the ability to play possession-style football, but they also have players out wide who are so fast that they can switch to play counter-attack if the situation arises as well. In Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka as their double pivot in midfield, I think Bayern have a lot of physicality, a lot of stability, but also a lot of creativity in that center as well. Jamal Musiala is the out for creating most of their chances in that number 10 position. It's his job to either distribute the ball to the wings or to the center forward, who will probably be Harry Kane. At this point, I think Harry Kane is the only player in this Bayern team who can say that he's definitely guaranteed his spot. He's getting goals by the bucket load right now for Bayern Munich. And there's a lot of matches where the rest of the team is not performing, but it's Harry Kane's goals that's getting Bayern over the finish line. Okay, on to the away team. Now, for Paris Saint-Germain, the last 5 fixtures have ended in 4 wins and 1 loss. En route to those results, PSG have scored 12 goals and conceded 3 goals. Their last match was a 3-0 win at home in the French Ligue against Toulouse earlier this weekend. The first player I'd like to talk about for PSG has got to be French left winger Bradley Barcola. 16 appearances have seen Bradley Barcola score 10 goals and contribute 2 assists. In Bradley Barcola, I think that PSG have a player with a lot of speed in those wide positions. He's very direct. He's always just looking to get directly through the goal. He's not looking to waste time on the ball. But Bradley Barcola has a lot of confidence. He was expected to come in here and replace a massive player like Kylian Mbappe, and he's fitted into this team so well. Next up, I want to talk about Moroccan right back Achraf Hakimi. 14 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists for Hakimi this season. In Achraf Hakimi, I think that PSG have an attacking fullback with tons of stamina. He's their typical box-to-box player, but Achraf Hakimi's crossing is very, very accurate and he's got great range on it as well. Overall, from that right back position, Achraf Hakimi gives PSG a lot of creative options. And finally, I want to talk about Slovakian centre-back Milan Skriniar. Just 5 appearances for PSG for Skriniar this season, but in him, I think they have a very aggressive centre-back who's very, very intelligent. He knows exactly when he needs to commit those hard challenges. But in Skriniar, I think PSG also have a defensive leader, a player who they can look to perhaps lead this team as the captain going forward. In terms of injuries, PSG still have problems at centre back. Lucas Hernandez and Presnel Kimpembe are still out for a pretty long period of time. I think Hernandez can finally start coming back now in the start of December. But I think Luis Enrique still has enough players in his setup to line his team up in their 4-3-3 attacking formation. PSG don't really look to keep the ball central and to just sort of play a slower game. They like to play it quickly, so this is a team that's going to be looking to use the counter attack as often and as efficiently as they possibly can. You can bet on Bradley Barcola still operating on that left wing, still cutting in and getting shots and scoring goals. I think we could possibly see Marcos Asensio as that lone centre forward in that number 9 position, and then possibly Osman Dembele on the right side of the wingers. I think with Dembele as well, they have a player who can play on both wings, and wherever he needs to pop up, Dembele can just pop up and change a game whenever it's needed. Okay, on to the head-to-head and the S3M2 verdict. Now, the last 5 meetings between Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain have ended in 4 wins for Bayern and then just 1 win for PSG. In those last 5 showdowns between these two giants of European football, Bayern have scored 7 goals and PSG have scored less than half with 3 goals. So, right now, it really looks like the odds are stacked very, very heavily against PSG. If we look at the Champions League table right now, Bayern Munich are sitting 17th with 6 points, while PSG somehow find themselves in 25th with just 4 points. Now, it's obvious that it's just 2 points separating these two teams, and a win for PSG can see them leapfrog Bayern Munich, but that is a lot easier said than done. Bayern Munich right now have kept clean sheets in all of their last 5 matches. This is a stubborn, disciplined team that knows exactly how to defend as a unit and individually. They do have some very big games coming up, though. They have to look forward to playing against Borussia Dortmund in the Klassiker next weekend in the Bundesliga, and then they have to deal with Bayer Leverkusen in the DFB Pokal Cup, I think it is. So right now, Vincent Kompany has to deal with man management and resting players and trying not to overexert some of his important players. For PSG, right now it looks like they're playing for UEFA Champions League survival. Bayern are at least in one of those positions where they can go through to a playoff to qualify for the next round, but if PSG remain where they are out when the cut happens. PSG really seem to be struggling without Skriniar, and I know that sounds crazy considering he's only played 5 matches. But if you look at the 5 matches where PSG failed to win, those 3 draws and 2 losses, Skriniar didn't play in any of them. And I think that really does say a lot about this player. I think PSG have also struggled to score against Bayern quite a bit in those last 5 fixtures, and it shows that PSG's athleticism, their pace, their speed is often just undone by Bayern's discipline, their control, their composure, and just their efficiency. For PSG, on the other hand, they're looking very shaky, sometimes at home, sometimes away. This is a team that, when they play domestically in their league, they're looking so strong, but when it comes to the Champions League, they're again struggling, and it's boding very, very badly for PSG in this one. When I look at PSG and Bayern Munich, I see two teams that are very evenly matched, both individually and collectively. These two teams have players in every area of the pitch who can just make a moment of magic happen with a snap of their fingers, but I think knowing that this one is being played at the Allianz Arena in Munich, I think for me, that is the deciding factor here. Bayern have looked so good at home, and PSG have looked as if they stutter when they're at home and when they're away. So as long as PSG are playing in the Champions League, they're looking like a team that has a lot of questions raised about them. And Bayern, on the other hand, as long as they're playing at home, they're looking like a team that is just ready to demolish anybody who stands in their way. My final score prediction for this one is going to be Bayern Munich 2, PSG 0. I think PSG have struggled to score against Bayern in the past, and I expect it to continue, especially considering that right now Bayern are on such a good run. not having conceded goals, getting enough goals up front on their own, while PSG are still looking like a team that still stop and go at times, especially against Atletico Madrid. They look like a team that wanted to do more, but they just didn't have it in them. I think for some reason there's still a bit of a disconnect, and I think as time goes on, perhaps PSG will improve. But right now, they just do not have what it takes to deal with Bayern Munich. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Um, thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.